special presentation of the Armory Automotive family and WXXA Fox 23.
The Century Plaza Hotel in Los Angeles. Many of the folks that we're going to meet tonight are inside waiting for us. I hope we'll find out who they are.
Join David and his guest, Joe Alaskey, the voice of Plucky Duck. Comedian Richard Belzer. Scarecrow and Mrs. King's Bruce Boxleitner. Dallas's Morgan Brittany. Nancy Cartwright, the voice of Bart Simpson. Author Jackie Collins. Richard Dysart of L.A. Law. James Eckhouse from Beverly Hills 90210. Charles Fleischer, the voice of Roger Rabbit. Stephen Nichols from Days of Our Lives. Stuart Pankin, the voice of Earl on Dinosaurs. Home Fronts, Wendy Phillips. Family Ties, Mark Price. Susan Rattan from L.A. Law. Fox News President Van Gordon Sauter. Lady Bosses Jack Scalia. James B. Sicking from Doogie Howser. Comedian Pauly Shore. Judy Tenuta. Michael Tucci from Flying Blind. And Malcolm X's Kate Vernon. Coming up, David travels to Hollywood's hottest zip code to talk with James Eckhouse of Beverly Hills 90210.
Good evening. On behalf of over 130 of us at Armory, we welcome you to a very special program. Our Armory Automotive family has sold and serviced some 100,000 vehicles in the past 74 years, and each and every customer is very important to all of us. Mary Beth, Ryan, and I hope you're enjoying a very happy Thanksgiving with your family and friends. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy this very special Armory Automotive family presentation.
To Hollywood with David Allan.
Great to have you here, all the way from Albany.
Thank you very much. But you've been in Williamstown?
Williamstown, Massachusetts, where I did a summer there. They have a wonderful summer theater festival there.
Of course. What have you done there?
I did about 5 plays, and each one had about 10 days of rehearsal, but I had probably the best summer I ever had. We toured to Albany, Troy, New York, all over Massachusetts.
Were you in the student company?
Well, it was called the Second Company.
The Second Company, yeah.
Of which, some illustrious, Dick Cavett was a alumni of that. It was started to do sort of the more offbeat experimental theater up there, and we happened to have a really great season.
You hit the jackpot. 90210 Beverly Hills.
Yeah, here I am.
How does it feel to have Jason Priestley as a son?
It's an experience.
Do we want to have a superstar, or do we want to have a son? I hope you're not disappointed with the choice we made.
I think I can live with it.
The interesting thing about Jason is what a great professional he is. Sometimes I think people don't realize, because he gets a lot of press as being such a crazy daredevil kind of guy, which he is. But he's also very professional, and he's very warm. And Jason, you're not going to be listening to this. I don't even know why I'm.
Has this gone to his head?
He doesn't have a head. No. You know, it's affected everybody in terms of having to be a little more wary, a little more careful, a little more protected. You know, they're not as free as they can be. You know, but it started going to their head. They've all had their head is so screwed on in the right place. These guys are very down to earth.
What about Shannon Doherty?
Shannon, you know, she's been in this business a long time. She worked, you know, in Little House, and she's with you know, Michael passed away. You know, anyway, so she too has had really a great career and had her head screwed on in the right place.
Don't you worry about your sister. She knows exactly what she's doing.
If I was casting the show, I wouldn't have cast you as the father. I don't think.
Well, thanks. Then I wouldn't have had a job. So thank God you weren't the casting director.
But did you? I mean, you don't look old enough. Well,
yeah. Jim Walsh he's a lot different than I am. He's a lot older than I am. I'm a lot hairier than he is. Not up there.
Yeah.
But down here. And he looks like me, but he's definitely older than I am.
So with such a level head, do you give Jason Priestley and Shannon Doherty any advice? I mean, you know, you've got you know where you are and everything.
Do you give them advice?
Yeah, do you ever say, look, I've been in show business a long time, and 19 years old, and this is what I want to say to you?
What I say is, I've been in business, since I was 19 and done a lot of stuff, and I still don't have a clue. I don't have a clue. And if anybody tells you they do, I think they're crazy. You know what makes it work? Who knows? You just concentrate on your work. That's what I say. And take care of yourself. And really take care of yourself. So anyway, that's my advice.
Come back to Williamstown.
I will.
Well, we should have done this interview sitting down. You're too tall. I mean, I could stand like this.
Wait a second. I'm too tall.
No, yes.
You might be too short.
Have you ever been to Albany?
No, I never have.
You know, we met, and you don't even remember me, which is...
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Now, what after the interview tonight, what do you do? You go out in the town and roar around? Or
No,
do you
I'm going to go home.
In anher 10 years, we'll meet again. And
All right.
Do another interview, and the name again is David Allan. Oh, you look great. Oh, Joe Alasky.
David Allan, nice to see you again.
You're the man of 1,000 and 2,000, 3,000 voices?
It's getting up there, yes. I stopped counting after 1,000, you know. You don't want to be known as the man of 1,214 voices. It's boring.
Do Lucille Ball.
The one he asked me to do. I don't even have a word to impersonate her, just a noise.
Wait a minute.
Happens like that sometimes.
But you're on the Steven Spielberg show. You do the voices for?
Yes, but not of Lucille Ball. No, I do. I'm seen on Tiny Toons currently, and soon to star in his own show on the Fox affiliate is the Plucky Duck Show. I play Plucky Duck,
who's a little green duck about this high, and very egotistical, very obnoxious. And, of course, he is the person who is getting his own show.
You're lucky, it's Plucky.
I'm absolutely ducky.
Other shows seem yucky now that Plucky's on the air. Toast him, roast him, the show will still be most him. It's the Plucky Duck Show, and it's on each week.
So watch, won't you? Thank you. Dave will watch.
Yeah, but you say you're from Albany?
I'm from the Albany area, yes. I was born in Troy, raised in Latham, and moved to Cohoes and Watervliet. I even know how to pronounce Cohoes.
Well, how did you ever get out of the Capital District?
A team of horses showed up and dragged me out. No, I had the bug since I was a little kid. I used to watch shows like The Real McCoys and do Walter Brennan, you know, or an old movie with Peter Lorre, and I'd just be doing these for the family, the friends, and this led to college dramatics and radio in college, and then...
Did you do any radio in Albany?
Down to New York. I did some radio in Albany, but usually just guest appearances.
Really?
Yeah, but I didn't start my radio career till I moved to Boston, where I was discovered, and they brought me out here. Guess who discovered me?
Steven Spielberg.
Bullwinkle.
When it comes to humility, I'm the greatest!
Bill Scott was the guy's name, and he kind of plucked me out of Albany before I was plucky, and he had me do voice of Boris Badenov, which I still do for instance, certain commercials you will hear on television.
Yeah, he's doing a guest shot in this sequence.
A guest shot?
There goes a guest now.
There it is.
Yeah, very good. How do you make up voices like that duck you did before? I mean, you stand in front of a mirror and try to picture
Well, I'll tell you, in the case of Plucky, it was very specific. They wanted to decrease the age of the famous Warner Brothers characters. For instance, Bugs Bunny became Buster Bunny. Now, in Plucky's case, he was obviously Daffy Duck. But with Daffy, they said, we want the same voice. I mean, with Plucky, we want the same as Daffy's voice, but different. So I said, oh, well, that's typical Hollywood. What do I do with that?
So I just moved it from a frontal lisp to a lateral lisp, like Maury Amsterdam and Ann Landers.
So, nothing against those folks. In fact, some of my best friends lisp. I used to lisp.
Did you ever watch any of my TV shows in Albany?
Yes, all the time.
Well, why weren't you on them? Or were you?
I was a kid. In fact, until I was about 25 years old, I looked like I was 15. Right now, I'm 50 years old. Can you believe it? 50.
But,
no, I'm 40.
I mean, with all this talent, I can't imagine why you weren't. I mean, I was, the Daily Show for like 16 years.
Do you remember, oh, God. I tried to get on. I tried to get on some shows. There used to be kid shows like Big George, a guy who drew, and he...
That's Freddie Freihofer.
Freddie Freihofer time, yeah. I tried to get on locally, but I was too young. That's all. I was just too young.
Wow. So here you are, and I understand you filled in the voice of Jackie Gleason. along the way for...
Well, that's right, pal. The great one picked me blind 2 out of 3 times to cover his voice for the lost episodes of The Honeymooners after the soundtrack went bad. And that was quite an honor. I never did get to meet the man, but...
Well, why didn't he do it himself?
Well, by that time, his voice was kind of down here in this register. And Ralph Cramden's up here. And there was a great deal of lip syncing involved, and he didn't want to be bothered. So he had to sound alike fill in for...
And did he know of you? I mean, did he pick you, or...?
Yeah, well, he listened to voices, and then he said, "That's it, that is it." 2 of those times it was me, so that's how I got the job.
Isn't that something? If you were going to use one celebrity voice to say something to the people of Albany, Schenectady, Troy, Cohoes, Saratoga, which voice and what would you say?
Let's see, I can't do Maureen Stapleton, so I guess I'd have to say, the Capital District area is the greatest area in the world. Good night, everybody. Hey!
When we return, find out who interviewed Roger Rabbit.
Let's meet some members of the Armory Automotive family.
I've been with Armory 36 years now. I started as a part-time office help, and now I'm the executive manager of Armory Nissan. And all the years I've been with Armory, customer has always been number one.
I've been here at Armory for 37.5 years. It's a great place to work. They give us a good place to work, and bosses are real good to us. The customers are fantastic. We have a good clientele that keeps coming back year after year and buys new cars.
I've been here at Armory 11 years, and I started off as a cashier and worked myself up to the bookkeeping department, and I do customer billing and filing.
Oh goodness, I couldn't tell you how many customers I've had. I had to have thousands of customers that keep coming back.
We've constantly tried to keep everybody happy and take care of their needs.
No wonder we call it the Armory Automotive family. Central and Colvin, Albany.
Critics are saying dazzling, romantic, alluring, classic, unforgettable, lavish, astonishing. Vincent Canby of the New York Times says Dracula is a testimonial to the glories of filmmaking. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Rated R. At theaters now.
Come into Gentleman's Warehouse, where you get the same quality as the suits we make for fine department stores, in our own New England factories, and all at our factory direct prices, too.
And right now, during our holiday gift sale, get a $25 gift certificate free with the purchase of any sport coat priced at $89 or more at Gentleman's Warehouse. It's a great holiday offer.
Gentleman's Warehouse, department store quality at our factory direct prices at these locations near you.
Oh, hi. The holidays are such a special time. Belt sander for the wife. Around here, we like getting all bundled up and going to Builder Square. Saving on gifts, trees, trimming, lights, everything to make the holidays more festive. Even
industrial-sized eggnog mixers. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Oh.
And now, back to From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan.
I'm David Allan.
Hello, David.
How are you?
Very good.
Nice to see you. What, you carry your own tape recorder?
Are we on now, David?
Yeah, I think so.
Charles Fleischer with David Allan. David, where's your station? It's WXXA TV. Where's that?
That's
Fox
Albany.
23.
We're
Albany, New York. Yeah. Charles Fleischer in Los Angeles with Fox Albany. Dave, how are you?
Great, great.
We are so excited to have you here.
But why are you using a tape recorder?
Well, I don't have the facilities that you guys do, so this records light and sound. I take this back and I can break it down into the same kind of video picture you get.
Yeah,
except it's HD TV with holographic wavelengths.
I can't believe
it's all
it.
pulsar-based. I got a neutrino driving here, Dave. Dave, you realize what I can do with this? Plasma generation, singularity point exploding through what's be considered a various quantum ballpark. That's a nice angle underneath, so you can see my saurian wattle, this little flippity-flap Arctic crapalog. I'll also go down so that we can, welcome to Fellini TV.
I'm getting dizzy.
Yes, so is the people at home. poem like this will ever really hit the air.
Charles Fleischer, do you
There's
tape
a chance.
do you tape your whole life? Do you take this with you everywhere?
There's not even any tape in here, but what it does is it creates a certain sense of observation in the interviewer which transcends the whole negativity of this kind of situation.
So, would you prefer I don't ask you anything about Roger Rabbit? Are you sick of talking about Roger Rabbit?
May I say that you can ask me whatever you like.
Oh, well,
how I respond to it, however.
I cannot promise how I will act. Get the lads away from me. Have you no sense at all? Plato, quickly.
It is not his fault.
Well then, was that Roger Rabbit?
Yes, that's Roger Rabbit.
Hello, I'm Roger Rabbit.
That is great.
That's great. This, ladies and gentlemen, just between you and me, we know a little secret. So, Dave, I'm glad to see you're on the cutting edge
very
of
much.
cartoon voice
Okay,
awareness.
yeah.
I'll do the Simpsons for you, too. There you are.
Well, what about Roger? Did that change your whole life, didn't it? Roger Rabbit.
It changed part of my life, not my whole life, because it couldn't change things that have already happened, you know? And when you say my whole life, that's the whole thing.
I
So
should speak
you're
more
cutting
precisely, that's
We
right.
should all speak more precisely and more exactly as well, but not too much because it would be annoying.
But it put more money in your bank account, certainly, in the
Well,
IRS.
yes, but in the long run, it cost me more. You know, the homes in Switzerland, the lawsuits from the Bulgarian coffee growers who say that my satellite dish fell on their camel farm. Well, come on, the helicopter was just taking off. And why were there camels underneath my landing pad anyways? Other than that stuff, you know, there's the millions owed to Wayne Newton's ice cream parlors.
Poor Wayne Newton. Can you believe he's broke?
No, but anyways, he only makes $7 million a year. Hey, give me $6 million and I'll show him how to make a future fortune.
Well, what at this moment, what are you doing? I mean, your agent's got what for you?
I just did a movie called Carry On Columbus. I'm in Tales from the Crypt on September 9th, and I'm about to finish my first epic novel, which I've been working on for years.
Truly?
Yes, it's quite an amazing piece of literary tomfoolery, if I say so myself. And it's not enough for me to say, it's for those amongst you who will one day greet the pages with your eyes. A retinal transgression. Ooh, I'm getting so excited.
Did I miss
Charles
the name?
Fleischer here with Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Did I miss
David Allan.
David Allan.
Yeah.
And Alan David will be here in just a minute.
That's
From
right.
station AXXW.
Right. What did I miss the name of your epic novel in that whole?
It's called Right World.
Right World.
Right World,
What
yes.
I mean, for an epic novel, that's not a very epic title.
Well, I think that's your perception. They said that Star Wars was a terrible name for a film, and they went on. All of a sudden, Dave Allan is evaluating my title.
I didn't mean to. I just wanted to.
Must not. It's quite all right. I just
when
think
is
it's
that coming
interesting
out?
that
When
you
is
find
the,
that observation real? A little funny time.
When is that coming out? The epic novel, though.
It's coming out, and let's see. It just came out over there. And it just came out down there. And I don't, you don't want to keep it out of the frame. I mean, if it comes out again, we can go off the air.
That's right. What, you were at the Comedy Store sometimes here. Someone just told me you are the funniest. You do the troglodytes with your fingers.
Troglodytes.
Is that it? They were describing the...
That was it's an abstract piece I do. They made up their name Troglodytes. However, that's quite amusing.
Yeah.
I work at the Improv, and I work at the Laugh Factory now, too.
Yeah.
And, I do a different show every night. Kind of like this. I just, go off into literary comedic poetry.
You're such a sweet little boy. I want you to take some apricot jam to Cousin Jethro.
And remember that there's so many moths in the attic. Please help me clean them out. Oh, your eyes are so shiny.
Did you notice that? I want to sign off with Charles Fleischer. This is David Allan signing off with the voice of Roger Rabbit, Charles Fleischer.
And this is Charles Fleischer signing up with David Allan, the voice of David Allan, WXXA, the Fox, 23 in New York.
Yeah.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
Station 1, did we get the link up on that? Great.
It's already done. Thank you very much. All right. Gosh, I'm worn out. I'm exhausted. I got to sit down.
I got to stand up.
Oh, it was great.
Thank you.
You were doing Bugsy with Warren Beatty.
That's right.
And Annette Bening. And all.
That's
Did
right.
you
Did I know anything? Not
Yeah,
a thing.
did-
no.
no?
Actually, it was very quiet. I actually started working on the film in the beginning, and then I didn't come back until the end. So I think at the beginning they were both dating other people, and by the end, well,
You're on Homefront.
I'm on Homefront.
Yeah.
Now's the time for the plug. Thursday nights, 9 o'clock, ABC. You have to watch it.
How was it going? I mean, it was close to being canceled, wasn't it?
It was on. It was
the cusp.
Yeah, it was on the cusp. We have a really devoted following.
What is the show for anybody?
I think to describe it, it takes place in 1946. We're following the years chronologically. It's a large ensemble cast about a town in mid-America, and you basically follow 3 families and how their lives intersect, and the social values. And it's so much fun to do. Besides, having a job, which is really fun.
Everybody says that, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, for an actor to be able to go to work and to just dress up.
Those period clothes.
Yes, I mean most of television is so contemporary that it's the same as in your own life. But when I go to work, I get to go someplace else. I could go back to 1946, and the clothes and the whole look of it is really
when we're done with
beautiful.
our interview, you're going home tonight. What's on for you tonight? Are you studying? What?
Okay.
Tonight?
Actually, my car was stolen this morning, so when I get through with interviewing you, I'm going to fill out the insurance report.
Your car was stolen?
Yes, out of the driveway. Welcome to LA.
Wendy Phillips, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks. I hope they find the car.
I hope they don't. I want a new one.
You may get it.
Coming up, David talks with the voice behind Bart Simpson when From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan continues.
At Armory, we're proud of our automotive family.
I've been here at Armory for 15 years. I started as a file clerk. I'm now in charge of warranty and customer relations.
I've been in the Armory automotive family for almost 30-some years. Between my father, my uncle, and myself, there's almost 97 years here between the 3 of us. My uncle was used car manager for 40-some years. My dad was here 20-some years, and my son washes cars here part-time.
The seminars held at Armory are called Right from the Start. They're designed to acquaint the owners with the warranties and operating features of their car. They're held once a month as we get new customers, and there's a little gift to take home at the end.
This was a picture of my uncle. It was in the Times Union just about every day. He used to say, Art Neat says, and a whole bunch of used cars listed below. This is a picture of him on our sign out front. At Christmas time, we used to spin around and have a picture of my uncle right out on the sign, a picture of Santa Claus.
No wonder we call it the Armory Automotive Family. Central and Colvin, Albany.
Can a holiday weekend get any better than this?
Yes! But only at Ames after Thanksgiving 2-day sale. 2 days of huge savings. 70% off all fine jewelry, gold, gems, silver, and more. 30% off all jeans for men, women, and kids. And 20% off every toy in the store. Christmas shop now and save big on our best selection of the season. Ames after Thanksgiving 2-day sale. Friday and Saturday only. With special hours 7 a.m. to midnight. It just doesn't get any better.
Hi, I'm Santa Dave from Tri-City Luggage on Central Avenue, Stuyvesant Plaza.
Yes, 2 Tri-City luggage stores to bring you even more exciting and unique holiday gifts at big holiday savings. The Atlantic Reverie collection includes rich, exquisite Duratex stain-resistant tapestry and velvet touch full-grain leather trim, combined with lined interiors for the discriminating woman who's going places. Tri-City Luggage, we're luggage and much more. Stuyvesant Plaza and 1645 Central Avenue, Colony.
It took me over 20 years to specially breed my oven stuffer roaster with more tender, delicious white meat for your family than other roasters. Then I made sure you couldn't ruin all those years of hard work.
Hi, I'm Jeff Singer. There's nothing more personal than purchasing that special gift of jewelry. We're proud that nobody can match our unique selection. Visit us at 353 Broadway, Troy.
Your comfort begins at Eagle Bridge Furniture and Floor Covering with everything at prices you can afford. If you thought solid woods and fine quality craftsmanship were out of your price range, then you haven't shopped at Eagle Bridge. We offer many fine lines of living room, bedroom, and dining room sets by quality manufacturers such as Temple Stewart. If you're looking for fine furniture at affordable prices, start at Eagle Bridge Furniture and Floor Covering, located at the junctions of Route 67 and 22 in Eagle Bridge, New York.
This is Berry Berry Kicks, a different kind of kids cereal.
Mom, could we get that, please?
And you know what they'll do to get a kid cereal.
I'll wash your car.
It's got a crisp corn crunch,
Okay, I'll never touch the stereo again.
natural fruit flavors, real fruit juice, and less sugar than most kid cereals. So when your kids say,
Please?
you'll gladly say, okay. Berry Berry Kicks.
Glad I asked.
And now, back to From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan.
Nancy Cartwright, Bart Simpson, you and I went to the same school, Ohio University.
Amazing. Boring.
Did they know you were going to be a big star at Ohio University?
Dr. Wagner, he was my career counselor,
Uh-huh.
my advisor. He said, oh, no, they're going to eat you up out there. Don't go, don't go. And I said, oh, no. No, I'm going. And I just went back. They had this 100-year forensic reunion at OU, and I went back. Celebrity guest star. See, Arsenio Hall went there also, and he didn't show up. And I'm so glad he didn't show up because he would have taken the spotlight from me.
Has anyone said at The Simpsons you shouldn't be on television doing the voice of Bart because it would spoil illusion or anything like that?
Well, I mean, you got the characters that are the stars of the show. Yeah. And when I do interviews, radio or television or whatever, you see the person behind the voice of Bart. But I'm an actress. I'm an actress, and I have written the show, and I've done television before. I've done a lot of stuff, and feature films and stage and whatnot, and it's an aspect of my career.
So could you just say something about David Allan for as Bart or something? Or I mean.
No way, man.
What?
No way, man.
Why?
Well, let's just put it this way. I own my voice, but I don't own Bart Simpson.
What a nightmarish concept.
Nancy, thanks so much.
All
and
right.
all the best.
Thanks.
Have you ever been to Albany?
Why the hell do you live there? What are you people doing? There's 50 other states.
Well, where do you live? Wait a minute. Where do you live?
I love Albany. I'm just teasing. Oh, hi.
Who's that? Who's that?
Come on. Oh, yeah, like I can't be a Republican now.
That's right. Judy, where do you live, anyway?
Well, I live in Cher's house. Oh, like she's using it. I live on Rodeo Drive. Oh, yeah. Nice place. No, I live in Jackie Collins' house.
Oh, hi.
Jackie,
Yeah,
I'm doing her next film. Yes.
Really? What is that?
Walking Mattresses. Okay. Walking Mattresses of Hollywood.
And it's 4 hours of lust and sex and sin and great family values, great married sex.
In that order?
Yeah, kind of in that order. It stars Jack Scalia.
Having the opportunity to work with Jackie Collins, who I've read her books before I had the opportunity to work with her, is one of the benefits of being in this business. You get to have a lot of dreams come true.
She's the human gargoyle. Of course, but we mean that as a compliment.
Definitely.
Perfect. And,
is that my cue to go on the stage?
I think so. There's music filtering in here from somewhere.
There's a Judy Tenuta, I think, playing her accordion.
You may kiss my hand. Suffer. Okay.
There's a story around every corner in L.A.
And you're married to a former Miss Universe?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's terrific.
Wow. Who told you?
What?
Oh, my God.
No. You have to find out for yourself.
Okay. Jackie Collins, thank you very much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure to talk to you today.
Thanks very much.
Hello, Albany.
Did I say something wrong about Albany?
It was great.
Oh, you know I'm teasing.
Michael Tucci is in the new... Hi there. Hi, Albany.
Hi, Albany.
You ever been there at Albany?
Oh, many times. My sister went to Albany State in 1964.
Really?
Yes, and my niece's husband is going to Albany Law School.
No kidding.
So, you know.
Well, that's terrific. Where are you from?
Brooklyn, New York.
Well, the new show is called Flying Blind.
Right, and it takes place in Manhattan.
And what happens?
It's about my son who went to college, let's say went to Albany State or someplace like that.
Yeah.
And he can't get arrested. Can't get a job. can't even get an interview. So I get him a job with me in Manhattan, which is pretty frightening.
Son, Dad, you work your whole life. You scramble, you sacrifice, you burn the candle at both ends, and then a day like this happens and makes it all...
What is it, Dad?
Rickman liked your cookie!
You have no idea what this means, Neil. It's the first time Rickman actually looked me in the eye since that wild Christmas party when I had a few too many, put a plunger on my head and said, "Look, I'm Rickman! Keep up the good work, son."
He goes out to lunch and he comes back 2 days later. He meets Tia Leone, this lovely, outstanding woman. So it's like the conflict between finding this wonderful world with this woman and living at home.
Are you a funny father, or I mean, what?
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen the show.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's as neurotic as his son is, except you know, I'm 42 and the son is 23. But he's funny. But I think the wonderful thing about it is I'm a father myself, and the problems that fathers have.
Are you a stand-up comic at all?
No. I did stand up once. I did Fiddler on the Roof on tour, and someone made an anti-Semitic remark, and I went crazy. And I was playing Mutzel in the middle of the wedding, so I said, "Okay, Mike, have the fourth wall there." So I've done a lot of...
You're kidding. Someone made an anti-Semitic remark while you're doing Fiddler on the Roof?
Oh, frightening. I can't even say it again.
And you went crazy?
And half the cast was Italian. You know?
What did you do?
Terrible.
Would you go shout the guy down?
I stopped the show, and the Tevye, I think it was Robert Merrill, was pulling my... He said, "Tucci, if you say one thing, I'll kill you."
Robert Merrill was...
Yeah, so I said what I said. I stopped the show, and the audience booed the guy, and we went on. I mean, during
Did the man leave the show then?
Oh, no, he just kept talking. I mean, sunrise, sunset, you know.
Oh, really?
It's not about being Jewish. It's about marriage. But anyway, so
that cooled you.
So that cooled me with stand-up comedy. When I did Gary Shandling's show for 4 years, and the Paper Chase for 4 years.
Yeah, now, on Gary Shandling, who were you?
Pete Schumacher, his best friend, his neighbor.
Pete, when I snap my fingers, you'll become an opera singer.
Venita l'agile, barcata mia, Santa Lucia, venita l'agile.
This performance was made possible by a grant from the Exxon Corporation.
That was a wonderful show.
That was a good show. Yeah, and Gary just got a new one on HBO, so he's set.
And you're set now?
So we're both paying the bills. God help us.
And you can help send your niece's husband to law school in Albany.
Yes, all the money's going to Albany State Law School.
Okay.
Thank you, Albany.
Michael Tucci.
Thank you very
from
much.
Brooklyn, and come to see us in Albany
I will.
sometime.
I
We'll
will.
be watching.
You have good pizza up there.
Yeah.
Right?
You bet.
There's
Lots
good Italian
of it.
food up there.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Flying Blind.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Next, L.A. Law's Richard Dysart and Susan Rattan take the stand as David gets on their case when From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan continues.
And now, some more members of the Armory Automotive family.
I've worked at Armory for 18 years and started out doing registrations, still doing registrations, plus many more things.
I've been here at Armory Garage 18 years, many different capacities in the service capacity and now in the sales capacity.
Yeah, I started here working in the Armory Garage in 1955. Been here 37 years. And very good place to work for. Treat you well here. And we take good care of the customers.
Well, I've been at Armory for 16 years now. I've been employed here at Armory Garage.
At Armory, we usually have a one-to-one basis with our customers, and I get a chance to meet them as they come in the door.
It's a big heated showroom, as you know, and that takes a lot of the outside hassles away.
Our customers are a valuable asset here at Armory. They've become part of the Armory family.
We keep a positive attitude all the time.
No wonder we call it the Armory Automotive family. Central and Colvin, Albany.
Wouldn't you give anything for hair that's shiny and healthy? Blow drying gave me split ends. But Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner helped change all that. Pro V contains provitamins which go deep into your hair, giving it extra treatment all the way to the tips. And look, it's so healthy, it shines.
Pantene Pro V shampoo and treatment conditioner for hair so healthy it shines. And introducing the Pantene Pro V styling line.
Visit the Country Store where you'll find beautiful, unique gifts and the Capital District's largest selection of precious moments collectibles. The Country Store in Clifton Country Mall.
Colony Center has something for everyone on your list.
No matter where you bank, no matter where you are, the 24-hour banking network is near you at Albany Savings Bank.
Give the gift of wonder from Walden Books. Delight the children on your list with fun-filled picture books, children's classics, favorite pop-ups, and more. Become a Walden Books preferred reader and save 10% every day.
Great stores, great gifting, great savings. Colony Center, Wolf Road and Central Avenue.
And now, back to From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan.
And the Emmy goes to Richard Dysart, L.A. Law.
Oh, my. Thank you so much. It's a long way from Augusta, Maine.
Where are you from, Maine, is it?
I'm from Maine originally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you ever been to Albany, New York?
Yes. And I played there and in the theater quite a number of years ago, and I can't remember the name of the place, so...
Or the play?
Oh, the play. The play, I think, was Death of a Salesman.
Huh. How healthy is L.A. Law?
I think we're very healthy. We have new producers this year, our 7th season. New producers, new writers, a number of new actors, and we're just starting our 2nd episode today, and we're all quite enthused about it.
There was, a couple of seasons ago, there were different producers, and the show drifted, and
yes,
did
true.
you know it was drifted? Did the actors?
Drift is drift, you know, when it's in that predicament. But fortunately, Stephen Bochco, who originated the show, came back and got us online. I think we'll be all right. But the thing about L.A. Law and these changes of producers and actors and writers, it means that it's alive and it's vital. All right, now listen up. Douglas and I have made no secret of the fact that our situation here at Mackenzie Brackman is precarious at best. However, you should be equally clear of the fact that I have poured my lifeblood into this firm, and I'll be damned if I'm going to give up now. I expect the same commitment from all of you.
Susan Rattan, how are things going?
Well, we're back at work. It's the first week, and
You just completed an episode?
we're just completing today an episode, yeah. It's always strange when you come back because it feels like you never left or that you've never been there before. Yeah. So it's a little chaotic.
Now, on L.A. Law, the word was out that they were going to cut characters. Were you worried?
Well, I think every actor always worries when somebody's spreading rumors about people being axed. I didn't think so. You know, I mean, I've been around since the beginning. I just, I think maybe just out of habit they might keep me around. But we did have a number of people leave the show, and that was kind of sad. Anything else, Leland?
Is L.A. Law it? Is this the top, the pinnacle, the best of the Richard Dysart career?
Well, it's the only television series that I've ever done, and I've enjoyed it, every minute of it. And I don't know what will... This is my last year, I guess. My last contractual year. I don't know what will happen beyond it.
I'm going to get you a raise.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, I'm going to keep you on the show and get you a raise. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Richard Dysart, thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Richard Belzer, now the last time we talked, you were on the phone in the Friars Club.
Oh, right, that's right.
And you were in a phone booth and talking
I was on the stairs.
You're on the stairs. Oh, it was outside the cloakroom.
That's right.
And you were doing an interview because you were coming to Albany.
That's right.
And we were talking about your show, and you're going to do this and that, and Henny Youngman walked by.
Yeah, and Howard Cosell.
You remember that.
Yes.
Howard Cosell walked by.
Because an article was written about that interview.
I wrote it.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that? In Metroland.
Yeah, someone sent it to me. It was a nice piece. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And here we are together again.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's going on with Richard Belzer now these days?
I'm in preparation now. I'm doing a special for Showtime, Belzer on Broadway, one-man show, which will be airing starting in November 20th.
Oh.
Next week we're doing, for Fox, the Sam Kinison tribute, me and Robin Williams and Pauly Shore, and a bunch of other comedians.
Oh my gosh, it's Pauly Shore, everybody. Hi, David Allan.
We're old friends, me and Mark. We used to work at the Laugh Factory together back in the old days.
Great.
Yeah, I'm kind of
okay,
so I'll be right back.
Wait, you want to interview him? You can sit down here.
Okay.
Do you want to sit here? Just a minute. I'm going to let Pauly Shore interview Mark Price. Here you go. Okay? I'll just kind of watch.
So, you dressed up for this, huh?
I did. So did you. Look. Two of us, man. We
How you doing, man?
represent different ends of the spectrum.
I know you have knowledge and I don't. Basically, that's okay.
See, we're stand-ups. You give them a mic, and that's it. It's over.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel real comfortable with it. I feel comfortable with this, and I also feel comfortable with my in my hand too. Okay, but I won't say that. Okay, go.
Albany television.
So, where is this? Is this in Albany?
Albany, New York.
Dude, I didn't wear makeup. How are my nugs, John?
WXXA.
Do you have makeup on?
No, I can't.
Yeah, so we probably look pretty ugly right now to them.
Probably.
And, you know.
No, wait, no, Pauly, now you just had your very own HBO special.
Yeah, I know, I freaked. And you know how much that meant to me, dude.
Premiere.
Seriously.
It's a very exciting thing.
Yeah, 1 hour.
They had the party last night, didn't it?
Yeah, we did it 2 nights ago.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
Heard about it, didn't make it.
Oh, you didn't? Why didn't you come by? You're down at the Improv.
No.
Why don't you two do a show together? I mean,
We've done shows together.
Have you?
Yeah, down at the Laugh Factory in the olden days.
Oh, I mean like a TV show or movie or...
Yeah, why don't we do that together,
okay,
huh?
Okay.
To make a weasel in on your weasel success.
Yeah, right?
Could you improvise a little scene or like from a sitcom?
No.
Two comics thinking of a sitcom.
I'm kind of like Pauly Light. You know, half the success, a third less bimbos.
Kate Vernon in one of the most eagerly awaited movies of the year, certainly Malcolm X. We've heard so much about it.
Well, yeah, I'm excited to see a difficult piece. You know, I mean, this is an important political, controversial piece. It's also my first, you know, it's a big deal for me, and so there was a lot of pressure in it for me.
Who are you in the movie?
I play Sophia, Malcolm X's girlfriend in the 40s, and
was he married then?
No. He was a baby at that time in his life. He was, you know, under 20 years old when Sophia and he meet.
Would I like being directed by Spike Lee? Do you think is it a happy experience to be directed by Spike Lee?
Happy? It wasn't a happy experience. No, it wasn't a happy experience. It was an intense experience. I found the set to be pretty tense, and I've heard that his sets are very tense in general. And I don't know why. I think, you know, a director feeds off of something, and maybe he feeds off tension. I didn't hang out much. I did my work and I left.
And Denzel Washington, how was he? Academy Award winner.
Yeah, he was a dream. He was really, he made my job very easy and interesting because he seemed, the character's dangerous, right? I mean, the character is like a panther, very beautiful to look at, very attractive, but, you know, with one swipe, he could, like, rip your face off. And Malcolm X was a very beautiful man and had a lot of charisma, and with one swipe, I mean, who knew what would come out of his mouth, you know, or who knew what he would say or do or feel. And that was part of the attraction between the two characters, and Denzel really had that, and he was wonderful to work with. He taught me a lot.
Are you married, by the way? Or?
No, why? Are you interested?
Coming up, David gets the prehistoric poop on dinosaur Earl St. Clair when From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan returns.
Let's meet some members of the Armory Automotive family.
I've been at Armory for over 15 years. I started out riding in the service trucks, and now I'm the parts director for the whole family worth of franchises.
I've been with Armory Garage for over 28 years. I started off here as a warranty claims clerk. I'm now the service director.
It's important to us to work with the customers especially. We want them to think of us as a place to come for all their automotive needs, not when it's just time to buy a car.
I've been here 28 years. My job is to check in all the new Plummets, Nissan, Suzuki's.
The customers are number one with us, and they've always have been. They've built their 75 years on taking care of the customers and trying to keep them satisfied.
Oh, I think we all try to satisfy the customers.
Since we brought in Jeep Eagle and the LH models, I'm very confident saying their inventory is probably one of the largest Capital District inventories at all, for any of the dealerships at all.
No wonder we call it the Armory Automotive family. Central and Colvin, Albany.
Where do you go for thrills, action and adventure, and the biggest hits on video? Take off for Blockbuster Video and take home this great movie.
Meet Chicago's most outrageous talk radio psychologist.
Dr. Shirley! Money can't buy you happiness, but at least you'll have nice things to wear while you're depressed.
This is a doctor? Dolly Parton, straight talk, rated PG from Hollywood Pictures Home Video.
Blockbuster Video has more movies than anyone in the world.
Skiing's fun. Ski equipment and clothing from Phoenix will make your skiing fun. Phoenix Ski Shop, Route 7 Latham. Not more expensive, just a lot better.
Great taste, serve fast, Swift Premium Brown and Serve.
For great tasting sausage every time is Swift Premium Brown and Serve. It's great every time because Swift uses select cuts of meat and then adds a unique blend of 4 herbs and spices.
Great sausage.
Great taste, serve fast.
Oh, yeah. 4 herbs and spices for great taste every time.
Swift Premium Brown and Serve. Great taste, serve fast.
And now, back to From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan.
Hi, I'm David Allan from Albany. How are you? Nice to see you. Well, you ever been to Albany, by the way?
I've passed through it going to Toronto.
A lot of people do that. I don't know why.
No, it's a great city. I love it. I lived there for 3 years. It's fabulous.
No,
I didn't.
Now, you're the voice of the father dinosaur?
Earl Sneed Sinclair on Dinosaurs.
How is that?
It's great. It's a good show. It's family entertainment, fun for young and old.
You're in a little room.
Don't you carry an Instamatic like everybody else?
You're in a little room all by yourself.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, it must be kind of frustrating, isn't it?
Well, it's frustrating in the sense that you're not totally on the beginning creative process of the show.
Yeah.
You're kind of stuck with what the puppeteers and the people on the set do. But having said that, what they do on the set is pretty good. So it's become, and we've got to, the man inside the puppet and the puppeteer and me have we've sort of gotten in sync over the years, over the seasons, and we kind of know what to expect and what to do.
What is the voice? People who...
Well, Earl is kind of like this. He's a cross between, I like to think of him as a Davy Burns ripoff. Yeah. You remember Davy Burns?
Yes.
He's an old character out there. Nobody knows Davy Burns.
Oh, yes.
I love him, and that's the kind of voice I used.
Now, this bat may be a little too heavy for you. Ow!
Not the mama.
I should have seen that coming. No! Fortunately, that didn't hurt a bit.
There's a movie, Dinosaurs the movie, in the works, and also coming out in September, Dinosaurs, the album, Big Songs, it's called.
Can you sing a little bit of one, or, I mean, just how, can you...
Well, yeah, you know...
Just wondering what a dinosaur song.
Well, the one that I sang is Grandma's Coming. I mean, it's like, I'm locking the door, I'm saying my prayers, I'm watching my scales turn gray. I'll be in the closet or under the stairs, 'cause guess who's coming today? Everybody, Grandma's coming, I can smell the smoke. I'm shaking in my boots, this ain't no joke.
Whoa.
Grandma, you know, it goes on like that. That's one of
I
the...
love it.
No, it's a funny stuff.
That's a hit. Thanks very much.
Nice talking to you guys.
Okay, Stuart Bankin, thank you so much.
All right. Goodbye. Goodbye. What are you, Fellini? Goodbye.
Stephen Nichols, Patch, Days of Our Lives. I mean, if you knew how many times I'd watched that show. And it was just, you were terrific. You were well, it's gone to hell since you left.
Thank you.
I mean, really. Do you miss it?
No, I don't miss that show. The first 3-4 years for me were very, very good and really exciting. But it just kind of, it's like everything else. You have to move on. You have to.
But you stayed with it longer than 3 or 4 years.
I was there for 5 years. Yeah. And I've been off now for 2.
Yeah. And people still ask you, of course, are you still recognized as Patch?
Yeah.
All the time. You always will be, I guess.
I guess so.
Yeah. Well, what did that do for you, that show?
Well, it raised my TVQ, way up there, and that can't hurt. I have a lot of international appeal too. I mean, I can always do B movies if I need a job.
Who was your best friend on that Days of Our Lives? I mean,
a guy named Peter Reckel played the character of Bo.
I mean, he was your
Brady.
buddy. I'm talking about off camera.
Oh, off
Yeah,
camera,
off camera.
was the lady who played my wife, Mary Beth Evans. Kayla.
Really?
Yeah.
You felt the closest to her.
We still keep in touch, very close touch.
Well, all the best to you. Nice to meet you.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for all the hours and days of our lives. I don't know what I was doing home at that time of day, but I saw my share. Thank you very much. Stephen Nichols. How's Doogie Howser?
Doogie Howser's wonderful. The show is wonderful. Neil Patrick Harris, who plays Doogie, is terrific. Max Casella, who plays Vinny.
What did you think going from Hill Street Blues, a very serious adult show, to Doogie Howser that's a little more frivolous?
Well, actually, I thought that Howard Hunter on Hill Street was as funny a character as I ever played.
Are you saying that I look like a horse?
Well, only in the most complimentary sense. David Howser seems to be a little serious. We're trying to make him a little funnier, but actually, Doogie Howser really isn't a comedy. It's just a comment on life.
Do you have any input into your character, David Howser?
Oh, I think you do. You do it, you have, even if you don't speak to writers or directors, you have input by the way you do it.
You know, the show I really liked was Doing Time on Maple Drive.
Oh, so did I. I thought that was a wonderful show. I'm glad you saw that.
It was a wonderful show. You were the father in a really dysfunctional family. There were so many secrets and
I just love doing that show.
I really thought it was going to be a series. I thought.
Well, they have it in development right now.
They do.
It may in fact become a series.
For people who didn't see that, you were the father. You had three children.
That's right.
And one was a heavy drinker. One was gay, and the daughter was.
She's married to a photographer.
And she was going to have the abortion, or not have the abortion, right? I mean, this is some show.
It sounds like soap opera, folks, but this was a great show.
Every once in a while, a movie comes along that truly hits home.
To my kid brother, Matt, the best man I know.
I can't imagine a father being prouder of his son than I am of you.
I really resent the way you look down on me. And if I want a drink in the afternoon, then I think I should have it.
Thank God I have another son.
Matt, you had an ongoing relationship. You were in love with this guy. Now, don't lie to me. If you love me, don't lie to me. I am not your family.
You can't tell people I'm gay. If my parents would die, they would die, Allison. They were living a lie called the perfect American family.
You have a son who drinks himself into a stupor every night. You've got a daughter who's ashamed of her husband. And you've got another son who almost killed himself rather than tell you he's not what you think he is.
We're not going to talk about this now.
No, when are we going to talk about it? When someone actually dies?
Doing Time on Maple Drive, a Ken Olin film.
It was directed by Ken Olin, who's a wonderful actor, who did 30-something. And he did just a terrific job. I'm sure they're going to rebroadcast that. I hope it does go to series because I'd love to work.
Could you do both? Could you do Doogie Howser and
Sure,
Maple
because
Drive?
I only work on Doogie 6 months a year. And, you know, we have some property up in upstate New York, too.
No.
Yeah, it's Schoharie County.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes. There's between Middleburg and Cobleskill.
Well, what are you going to do with it?
Well, there's nothing on it now. I think maybe one of these days we'll try to build something on it.
Why don't you put up a sign, James Seeking owns this land. Thank you so much. Okay, and come to see us in Schoharie County.
Yeah, we'll do it.
When we return, David visits with Dallas's Morgan Brittany.
At Armory, we're proud of our automotive family.
I've been here for 10 years. I've been working on this computer system here for the 10 years. I call insurance companies to verify the customer's collision and comprehensive.
I came here 41 years ago, down in the old building on Sherman Street, and I've been here ever since. And I don't think there's one job in this company I haven't had one time or other, from mechanical work to selling cars to service advisor, what I'm doing now.
Oh, that's okay. That's no problem. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you. That was a customer that I had to call because he didn't have collision, and we went through and he has to call the insurance company, and then he did, so they were all set.
I've been an Armory garage for about 30 years and worked on interior trim work for about 30 years and try to treat the customer right and to do the work you should do here, and which we do.
No wonder we call it the Armory Automotive Family. Central and Colvin, Albany.
Deco World says Merry Christmas with personal service.
at all 4 Deco World stores. The Deco World staff is ready to help to answer all your questions. What's the difference in artificial trees? What's the best way to shape them? What's new in Christmas decorations? You'll love how Deco World says Merry Christmas. And there's so much more. Thousands of decoratives and crafts that help make Deco World the Go Crazy store. Personal service all year round. Deco World, open 7 days a week.
Experience the WWF at the Glens Falls Civic Center. See Bret Hitman Hart defend the WWF title against Ric Flair, plus many other mega matches. Get your tickets now at the box office or any Ticketmaster location. Be there Friday, November 27th at 8 p.m. as Ike brings the WWF to the Glens Falls Civic Center.
This holiday season, step out in style with Gabriel Shoes, the latest New York City men's and women's fashions at discounted prices. Gabriel Shoes, 50 North Pearl Street, downtown Albany.
While no medicine can stop a cough completely, there is one that in 30 minutes can so significantly reduce your coughing, it's guaranteed or your money back. Vicks Formula 44. No wonder doctors recommend Formula 44's cough medicine 3 times more than codeine. Formula 44. Because the fewer the coughs, the better.
Critics are saying dazzling, romantic, alluring, classic, unforgettable, lavish, astonishing. Vincent Canby of the New York Times says Dracula is a testimonial to the glories of filmmaking. Yeah! Bram Stoker's Dracula. Rated R. At theaters now.
And now, back to From Albany to Hollywood with David Allan.
Morgan Brittany, tell me about Dallas. You were
Oh, I was horrible in Dallas.
you were very good in Dallas.
Thank you.
But you were horrible.
I was horrible.
You were Pam's
sister.
Yeah.
Yes, and the one who was responsible for running Bobby over with the car and killing him, and then it was all a dream, and of course he came back. You know. Those soap operas.
How far ahead of time did you know that you were going to drive the car that ran Bobby over?
I really didn't know until the last minute. As a matter of fact, I was 7 months pregnant with my first child. And they called me up and said, you know, we need you to come back because you're going to be the one who kills Bobby. And I said, oh, great. I'm going to go down in history as the killer of one of the most popular people on television. Thank you.
And what did you think when they said, well, it was all a dream? We decided to change the...
I thought they were kidding. I really did, because I got a phone call and they said, well, we've decided to wipe out all of last year and Patrick's coming back to the show, and it was all a dream. And I said, yeah, right. Sure it was. And they said, no, really, it was. I said, how are you going to do that? And they did it.
I can't help with this dress or the fringe or what.
What is it?
Would you stand up just a minute? This is what are you, is this the new look in L.A.?
Cowgirls are coming back, believe it or not. Yeah. So this is your Dallas look that's coming back into style.
That is terrific. I love it. I have a daughter in college, and she is frightened to death of birds.
Oh.
Because she saw the movie
The Birds.
The Birds. And you were in that? I
Yes.
can't believe it. What part did you play?
Well, that was done in the 60s. I was a child actress.
Yeah, must have been.
Yeah, and I started in the business when I was 5 years old. So The Birds was one of the very early things that I did. And I played one of the children in
Honest,
it.
she saw that movie like 12, when she was 12 or something, and she does not like birds.
Oh,
how about you?
I'm sure they terrified me at the time because special effects were not what they are today. And we used a lot of live birds at the time, and there were trainers on the set, but you never knew what those birds were going to do. Many times they would land on you and their claws would go in. I mean, there was a lot of fear on that film.
Thank you very much. We'll be watching for you.
Okay, thanks. I'll be popping up here and there on your channels, and maybe in the city too, because I work for the March of Dimes and we do a lot of fundraisers.
Did you ever come to Albany?
You bet. I've come to Albany for fundraisers.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Van Gordon Sauter, president of Fox News, all of a sudden, just recently.
Came as a shock to me.
You were happily doing what you wanted to do.
I was a premier fly fisherman, a general all-around sloth, deep into procrastination, and suddenly I'm working again. I'm a corporate drudge again.
Retired from CBS News. You're the president almost all during the 80s.
Well, for a period of time during the 80s, yeah.
You were Dan Rather's boss.
At one time.
That famous magazine article, I'm married to Dan Rather.
That's right. It was an Esquire magazine.
So now
it certainly made my wife confused, but we pushed on from there.
So now you have been given the responsibility of creating a news program.
Well, a
for,
news entity. Fox owns a number of television stations and will ultimately acquire more, so each one of those has television news, which we want to upgrade and enhance and make more popular and in some ways more consistent with our primetime programming, which appeals to a younger audience than the conventional news broadcast.
So what have you got in store? What's Fox News going to be like?
Well, if I knew, I'd just submit a memo and go fishing again. I've only been at it for about 6 weeks, so I'm just finding my way around, and we're looking and trying to find some way new and different to do news.
So is Fox News going to look like MTV News?
Well, I hope not, but on the other hand, I hope it doesn't look like the news that we see everywhere else on television. Fox is very unique. If you look at primetime television, you can perceive and recognize a Fox program. It's different from what the networks have on. But when the Fox News programs go on, they pretty much look like news programs anywhere else. What we would like to do ultimately is to have a Fox News programming that is as distinctive and as unique as our primetime programming.
Now, do you get back to Ohio University, our alma mater?
I get back there, and I'm doing a speech for Ohio University in the middle of September, a fundraising speech.
Well, will you tell them if they
I'm going to give them your address as they continue their fundraising. I hope they have it. In fact, I have here.
Whoa, wait a minute here. We can come up.
I have an envelope for you.
Anybody you see, tell them I'm happy in Albany, New York. You know,
it's a great place to be happy.
You were there.
I like Albany. I'm an Albany fan.
You made a
Albany,
big speech
Buffalo.
there once.
Well, it was big in the sense that it was long. It wasn't necessarily good.
Van Gordon, so I know you've got a meeting, and thanks for coming over, and all the best.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome.